Super. Okay, so basically I want to talk about architecture, models, fiction, non-spaces, fictional landscapes, simulation, heterotopias, negotiation. I really like actually the phrase you said before. When you kick a rock, you know where it will end, but if you kick a dog, you don't know. So is this actually like when you make structures for people or for animals, you don't know how it's going to end, and I really like this idea of negotiation as well. So basically, I was invited to make a work, an installation, or performance, or whatever in the Noi National Gallery. It was an event called Festival for Futures Now. And my first approach to it is I was quite scared actually. I mean, this building is totally powerful, that whatever you do, you will not, I mean, it can really be missing the space. The what? Oh yeah, that's good. So basically, thank you. The Noi National Gallery is, as you know, is this powerful building from the modernism, from Mies van der Rohe. And basically it's a very difficult space to exhibit because it's just a transparent glass house, I would say, with only few elements, very powerful few elements. So basically, as you see, it's just totally transparent. It has this wall here, another wall just in front, 8 columns around the building, and 2 big desks with 2 small wooden walls. Here you see the column, very representative. And then when they invite me, I start to see drawings from Mies and see how he was creating. I mean, I was quite amazed that in his collages he was creating these interior arenas and domestic arenas and interior circulation just with 3 elements, how important these 3 elements were. So basically, as you see in the collage as well. So basically what I did is that instead of going against the building, I want to embrace it. So what I did is that I copied the elements of the building. You see, well, you don't see much, more or less, and I animate them. So basically what I want to do is the building to be performed and to feel free from their function and to kind of like, yeah, move around. So basically the thing is that I want to create this state of fiction where Mies could not control his own design anymore. And the performance was going in and out the festival, appear and disappearing. So it's also kind of like the idea of controlling time as well. And yeah, I mean, an important part also was that the building now is in renovation. So I was kind of, and this was one of the last events, and for me it was kind of like that they were finally free from the function also, no? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go through. What is interesting for me is that the walls also, I mean, they even like, I was kind of give them directions at the beginning, but they start to do whatever they wanted as well at the end. So maybe they were even in the door so the people could not go through. Here is the interior, from the interior side. It's nighttime. Okay. I have been always interested in the idea of utopia and how we can, in the idea of utopia, and how can I be like more near to it somehow. As you see here, there are like different examples of utopias in the time that they were just, I mean, the architects could only just make drawings or kind of diagrams. So basically, I wanted to make it, to approach them and to make them a bit more real somehow. So I make this project called Utopias Are for Birds, where I, based in these designs and in the diagrams, I made, I copy them, like simulating as well, the models, and I make them, activate them with birds. For me, it's very important with free birds actually, and also comparing like kind of like the utopian human with a free bird somehow. So for me, it's very important, this idea of vitality in the projects, how the projects are performed, and this idea of that I can put some rules, but what is going to happen, I mean, you don't know. So basically, in the birds actually, in the nests, they were starting to have birds, and they start to have kids. So it's actually, so they are really alive. And also, for me, it's important that that there were like little stages somehow in the city where the birds were performing something that they didn't know, that they were actors somehow. This archigram, Thesaurus by NASA and Disney. And this one is Super Studio. It's called Continuous Monument. And basically, if you see the drawing here, sorry, I don't know if I can. Oh yeah, super. If you see the drawing here, these guys were super crazy and super fun, and they were making like this is called continuous monument. So they were kind of projecting structures that will go from the Earth to the Moon to inhabit. Oh. So basically, what I did in this one, I just make the structure, and then I put two mirrors, one here and one here, I don't know if you see, and the bird, if it goes in the middle, will be in infinite space for the reflection of the two mirrors. Okay. Continuing with this idea of how animals perform in structures, I made this project in Villa Romana. I was a grant last year there for a year, and this was the house where we were living. I was there with my boyfriend. So basically, we have birds, and we live with birds always, and they are never in a cage, so they kind of like live with us. So basically, we brought the birds with us as well, and we couldn't decide where to put them in. If in the this is our bedroom here, or in the studio that is in the other side here. So basically, we create this passage that connects the two spaces, but also goes with the idea, this is the studio, how it ends. And it's a 90 meters long tunnel. So basically, this is the bird here that is flying. Did you see it here? This one here. And this is the view from our bedroom. I'm very much interested in the idea of privacy and public, and how we could connect two spaces at the same time and have the birds like messengers somehow. Also, I have to say that the whole garden was the experience of the birds for everybody in the villa, because we were like 6 people living there, changed a lot, because the birds, of course, they sing and they were alive in the garden, but also was interesting because we had 3 cats there. So it's actually the relation between the cats and the birds, and how the cats were really following all the time in the tunnel, and actually like even jumping on top of the tunnel and kind of like making a line as well. We are developing this. It's going to open in 2 weeks, more or less, in Bundeskunsthalle Bonn. So basically, it's like the same idea, but playing with this powerful architecture, like museum powerful architecture. And it's basically just working as a, I don't know if you see it here. Okay, we'll say it's you. Yeah, you see it, right? Basically, it's like an extension of the public library. And it's our birds as well. So it's actually this sense of domesticity. This is small models. Okay. Sorry, one second. Extension of the space. Yeah, okay. This piece is called Observatorio in Italian. Observatory in English will be. And basically, as I said before, I really like the idea of working with fiction and architecture. So I was thinking, like, what about the childhood story, like Snow White, or how this idea. I really like also like pop culture, but then also like in terms of reality, how we experiment things. So I'm very interested in the idea of heterotopia, the non-spaces, and the other space, like the spaces in between. And how, for example, here I wanted to kind of like simulate the idea of death in a state of unconsciousness. So basically this is a cabin to sleep and spend the night. And you don't see here, but actually half of the structure is embedded in the terrain. So when you lay down, you are under the earth somehow. Not under, but just under the level of the earth. This is the view from inside. And this is how you sleep. And this is the view from inside. I mean, what you see. Please, if you have any question in the middle, I would like that it's not only one-way direction. Huh? Okay. Oh, really? You just saw it, this one? I missed your part, actually. That's very funny. So basically, okay, I'm developing a new project now. Sasha was talking about the simulation and how we will do. But and I am interested in show you a project that is in process that I didn't finish yet. So, yeah. So basically, I'm invited to do a show in Sinking Pavilion next week, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do there. I'm interested in the idea of the stone. Like what a stone is and what it means, and this hermetic nature as well. And actually how you put it out of their own context, actually, how it becomes an autonomous object as well. I want to develop a new, a neo-primitive shelter. So actually looking back, and what I said before, we are looking to the past to predict the future. You say as well? Someone said as well. You said as well. I really like this phrase actually because it's actually a bit what I'm working somehow now. So yeah, it's basically a model of the future living, and if you see closer, actually, it is. We will have a hall, so you can go inside, and it's this idea also that. I mean, we are still living in caves right now, like the buildings are caves, even though you are with your fancy 90-degree wide angles, but we are still living in caves. They're just contemporary caves somehow. But I really want to bring back this, no? And also for me, it's very interesting the idea of sculpting a stone, like miming nature as well. So basically, the rock is a cave at the same time as well. And for the project, I'm recording now my friends when they sleep, and I'm recording the sound when they sleep. So it's going to be hidden speakers inside, and you are going to listen to someone breathing actually. So it's like the breath of someone is hugging you somehow. And yeah, it's basically this. I want to say something about this. Okay. Yeah, the sound will be like a ghost in a cell. I don't want to talk about this. Okay, this is the first one of the. I have an experimental domestic platform called Host with a friend of mine, Martin Enoch, and basically we relate this platform with social awareness and domestic tensions. So basically, there are a series of installations that happen in the domestic spaces, and where the people invited don't know what is going to happen. So basically, I transform my Alvaro small apartment in Mite in a do-it-yourself sauna. So basically, the people that was invited didn't know that they were coming to a sauna. And what I did is the sauna, it was, the spa sauna, it was divided by a cold area with all the windows open. This was in January, like the 6th of January. All the windows open, it was snowing outside, and it was techno music and totally dark. And then in the left side, it was with, I borrowed from Olafur, he doesn't know, like 6 lamps, warm lamps, and to produce heat. Wait. To produce heat, and then I put a big foil in the ceiling to reflect the temperature. So here is an image. Oh, sorry, I just don't know. I'm not. So this is, this is basically the sauna, the inside part. This is the kitchen that was transformed with stones on top, and the people were throwing spray with eucalypto to create the atmosphere. And I think I only have 2 images, yeah. And basically, it was very nice for me because the people really didn't know what that was happening. So the people was just coming like normal, and then we were opening the door in a towel, and then so basically they were super surprised. Alvaro, I think we are in the wrong, I thought it was at 8. What are you doing in a towel? No, please enter. And then we put all these benches, and we brought all these towels as well, and we have a guy that makes massages as well, and we brought all this oil, and so the people was really kind of like, oh, at the beginning. And then slowly, a lot of people didn't know each other, but slowly they started to get naked, and they started to talk to each other, and that was a very, very magical moment somehow. And yeah, even the girl that was living upstairs, this old lady, 50 years old, she came like at 11 in the night, like asking what's going on, because there was a lot of, we just feel strange, the space, no? And she saw actually what was happening, and she was so happy, so she came up, she took the bikini, and then she came down with us as well. And the what? Yeah, my neighbor. I don't know. I never saw her again, actually. I don't live there anymore. And yeah, thank you very much.